What inspired you to start the Scomodo project?
Well, I think that to answer your question, we should start by analyzing the word. So, scomodo is an Italian word, and it means to be inconvenient, to be vexatious, to be galling. And in fact, Scomodo is a monthly newspaper, and it's totally independent, written and directed by high school and university students, and in general young people. The age ranges between 14 and 24 years of age. And this project is quite recent. It was born 2 years ago, in August 2016, and it was born as a reaction to the absence of valid cultural and social opportunities here in Rome. But it was also a reaction towards those prejudices that we as a generation have been a victim of. We're told that we're passive. Nowadays, we get most of our information from social media and online newspapers, which are full of clickbaits and only give us flash news, oftentimes also fake news. So, in order to have a different approach to journalism, we brought back paper from its ashes in order to be able to dig deeper and offer a critical analysis of the world that surrounds us. And we aim to offer a new cultural and social paradigm that can act as the premise for a more diverse and lively city. We want to prove that there is another possible way, but in order to do so, everybody has to be a part of this movement in their own original way. And that is why we decided to surround the main project, which is the newspaper, with a series of side projects. For example, one of them is our Notti Scomode, where we rehabilitate abandoned buildings and places, and we organize white night festivals. So in these white night festivals there would be art installations, photography exhibitions, music and light shows in a spirit of culture. And in this way we want to give the generation with the least expectations for the future a chance to dream big.
So, how does the editorial process work? How do you select your contents, and how do you hand out the newspaper?
Our newspaper is divided into three sections: current events and politics, culture, and what we like to call the plus section. This year we also decided to open every number with what we call a focus, which is a spotlight on the most debated topics of our time. We went from violence on women to the European Union to the modern art market. Another thing to point out is that it isn't always the same people who write on the newspaper. In fact, anybody who has an interesting idea for an article is welcome to come and participate in the sections' meetings. During said meetings, we discuss the ideas and sketch out the articles, so everybody gives suggestions and advice. We also have great artists whose drawings illustrate each article. And then there is Frita, who is a professional layout artist and graphic designer who prepares the whole number for printing. So when the copies are ready, those of us who have a car take them to cultural spaces that support us by letting us leave hundreds of these copies in their buildings, which are situated in strategic areas of Rome, so that every Scomodo volunteer can collect X number of copies and take them to their schools, their universities, and to what we call punti scomodi, which are pubs, cafes, libraries, bookshops, and cultural and social centers where anyone can get their Scomodo copy for free.
So, how did you manage to reach more than 100 participants?
The pretty exceptional thing was that we didn't have to go and try and look for people, but boys and girls came to us and asked to participate. You must consider that the first Scomodo meeting counted 70 people, so it was a pretty exceptional result, very successful. And as the project grew, the numbers grew, and we started getting and absorbing people from every reality, so from the political world, from the more artistic world, and we started to create connections with other realities, and that was pretty great. Um, but as soon as we realized that the project was growing quicker and quicker, we also realized that we needed more energies, we needed more ideas, we needed more brains. So what we did was that we posted at the end of 2017 in September, which corresponds to the beginning of our school year. We posted on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, what we called the Scomodo call, which was a call to anyone who wanted to participate to the project, participate in the project, to let them know that the project was open to anyone and that it wasn't. You didn't have to participate on invitation only, and we had a great response, very successful. We estimate that about 300 people answered to that call, and obviously not all of the 300 people that answered have stayed in Scomodo, and that's pretty physiological. And we don't always have 400 people. We might have 100 one month, 200 another month, and then 500 the next month. But that's pretty natural for a project like Scomodo, and we're sure we'll always have enough people to sustain the project and have enough energies to grow, make it grow.